All right, guys, GMOGMedia TV back with another video. So this is something I wanted to talk about regarding Dwayne Wade. Now, I've talked about Dwayne Wade and his extremely questionable situation with his son, where he now refers to his son as a she or daughter. And, you know, this is something I definitely want to talk about and understand or overstand the situation of the LGBTQ uprising of transgender and just alternative sex lifestyle identity that has been plaguing black society, you know. And this is things that people don't talk about in terms of, you know, the destruction of just not understanding the true identity of we as a people when it comes to our roots, our history, right? African Americans, whatever you want to call ourselves, black, Moors, whatever, right? We are black, we have melanin, and understanding where we come from, right? We lost our identity, we lost who we are, and we're identifying ourselves as, you know, boy. If you're female, you're identifying yourself as male and vice versa. And this is happening at preteen ages, and this is a very strong uprising that's been happening, at least for the past, I would say, 10 to 15 years. You know, a strong uprising in that, and that has not been happening before. And there's a reason why that's been happening. You know, this is another, in my opinion, this is another statement on controlling and disarming black society, right? This is just another form of eugenics, right? That's all it is. Another form of eugenics, just like what Margaret Sanger was preaching for centuries about making sure black people are docile, black people are submissive, and making sure they have the resources to control the population of black society in these so-called black communities. And that's what, you know, that's exactly what's happening, you know, in my estimation with Dwayne Wade. And just not just Dwayne Wade, but this, obviously he's a public figure, so I'm going to talk about him. But anybody who is dealing with the situation of sexual identity, right? And I'm pulling up an article right now where they talk about why transgender identity on the rise among teens. And this is from a psychology perspective, right? This is from a psychology perspective. And they're talking about from the DSM, the Diagnostic Statistical Manual 5, where they talk about that this is a mental disorder. And it is. This is a mental disorder, which is specifically called gender dysphoria, right? We've been plagued with mental disorders for over 500 years, right? Post-traumatic slavery disorder, cognitive dissonance, right, etc. We and Stockholm syndrome, etc. We have been plagued with all kinds of mental disorders due to 500 years of systemic oppression, devastation, just complete annihilation of our people and our ancestors and our history. And I've already talked about the fact that there are DNA evidence to the remnants of slavery affecting our generation today. Still is doing that today. And so is this. So is this transgender or sexual identity issue that we're having in black society. You know, this is a serious issue. You know, this is a very serious issue. The fact that you have Dwayne Wade's son is, and I'm going to call him a son, a boy. He's a boy. Dwayne Wade's son is 13, I believe, 12 or 13 years old. All right. And he's already accepted the fact that his son wants to be a female, right? Probably discussed with him, which is completely off the wall, in my opinion. Probably already discussed with him doing a surgery, doing transgender surgery. Probably already discussed with his son about estrogen shots and hormone shots, which is disgusting. And that's just my opinion. I have 3 boys, got 1 girl on the way. You know, and he talked about he knew his son was not acting like a boy growing up at 3 years old. If I noticed that, let me tell you something. I correct my kids all the time. My youngest, and for those of you who don't know, my youngest son, who's 6 years old, he has autism. All right, and he will do certain things, right? Certain things that are questionable, right? And I immediately correct him. I say, listen, you don't pick up that doll. That's a girl. That's for girls. Where'd you get that doll from? Give me that doll. I'm gonna throw that shit away. You don't play with dolls. Dolls are for girls. That's feminine. That's soft. And that's what I tell him. I tell him that's feminine. That's soft. You don't play with dolls. That's for girls. You understand me? That's what I say to him. Exactly verbatim. If I see him, even if I see him, I'd be like, yo, what's your favorite color? And sometimes he'll say pink. I'd be like, no, that pink is a soft color. That's for girls and that's feminine. And that's every blue moon, but his real true favorite color is blue. Right? So, but I asked him that before, like probably last year, and he pointed out pink. And I told him, no, that's not a color that you specifically should be a favorite color. You can wear that color. No problem. You can wear that because I wear pink, right? You can wear that color, as far as that goes. But as far as identifying that as your favorite color, right? And saying this is pink and this is what identifies me and all that stuff. No, that's for girls. That is for females. That's what you should be that's something that you should not be worried about in terms of your favorite color as a 5-year-old boy. All right? Blue, black, purple, whatever the case may be. Those are the kind of colors he likes. And my point is I immediately correct him to things that boys should not be accustomed to liking. Right? I immediately correct him. I don't accept behavior like that. I don't accept the fact that if my boys are doing feminine behavior, I don't accept it and I immediately correct it. That's what I do as a parent. That's what I do as a father. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? And for those of you who are for the LGBTQ community and all that stuff, listen, man. I got 3 boys. I'm raising 3 boys. I got 1 girl on the way. They will be raised as boys to men. My girl will be raised as a girl to a woman. Point blank and simple. They will not be identifying with no transgender identity issues, with no sexual alternative lifestyle issues. They will not be introduced to that lifestyle. That's something I don't agree with in my household. Straight up and down. Straight up and down. All right? So that's something that needs to be really regulated around black households, period. Needs to be regulated and talked about around black household. Because again, that's part of the reason why black society and the black family structure has been on life support since the 1960s. You throw something in there, the LGBTQ community, right, where we live in a society right now where if you defy against the LGBTQ community lifestyle, you would be deemed as a demigod, as somebody who is a completely out of whack, who should be, boycotted and just thrown in the mud and all kinds of negative comments thrown at you for not agreeing with the LGBTQ alternative sexual lifestyle and transgender identity issue. If you don't agree with that, you will be deemed, right, as someone who should be completely boycotted and canceled. And that is this lifestyle, and that is the society we live in today, when that is completely asinine and disgusting. Right? Where you have to be afraid to voice your opinion about the LGBTQ community and not accepting that lifestyle. And not raising your children to be in that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I can't tell Dwayne Wade how to raise his children. He just like he can't tell me how to raise my children. But I've already told you how I raise my children. I already told you how I raise my boys and how I'm going to raise my girl. I already told y'all that. I don't accept the LGBTQ community lifestyle in my household. And y'all can't do nothing about that. What you gonna do? Come to my house and be like, oh, well, you gotta accept? No, absolutely not. I will not and will never accept the LGBTQ, transgender, all that, whatever the acronyms are, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer community. I will never accept that lifestyle. Point blank and simple in my household. Period. You know? So, you know, this is something, like I said, this is something that really needs to be talked about more. It's a taboo subject, to be honest. It really is. It's a taboo subject. You know, everybody in their family, a high percentage, I would say, a high percentage of black people in their family has someone that is gay, bisexual, all those acronyms in the LGBT, they have someone in their family. I know I do. I don't accept them. I don't accept that lifestyle. I don't want that lifestyle around my family. I don't want it. Period. So you have to make a stand. You have to make a stand and make it clear, your voice clear about where you stand. Because I know I do. You know, it's an unacceptable lifestyle that I will never accept, that I would never endorse, that I would never confide with, that I would never understand. Never. You know, and that's just my opinion. And that's how I want to raise my children. Bottom line. And there's nothing that anybody watching this video who disagrees with me can do about it. Point blank and simple. All right? So, my thing is with Dwayne Wade's son being raised as a daughter, like I said, I would not be shocked if they decide to do some kind of transgender operation, take hormone shots, and now his son is a female, right? Registered as a female on his identity and all that stuff. I would not be shocked, you know. He has the money to do it. He has the money. Listen, and it's really disgusting if you ask me, but he has the money to do all that. Operations. If his boy wants to grow up, right, do the operation, do the transgender operation, and decides, hey, I want hormone shots, I want to get pregnant. Listen, Dwayne Wade got the money to do that. He got the money to do that if his son wants to have a baby and all that stuff. And that's, you know, that's something, like I said, that's disgusting. You know, it really is. It's just, I don't accept it. I never will. Never will. You know? So anyway, those are my thoughts on that, family. Leave your comments down below about Dwayne Wade's son being referred to as a she, as a female, being raised as a daughter. Let me know what you guys feel about that in the comment section down below. Happy holidays to everybody. All right. The so-called Christmas Eve, or the end of winter solstice, or turning into the winter solstice. I made a post about Christmas, so-called Christmas or Christ Mass on my Instagram. By the way, my Instagram is GMOGMediaTV. But look up Saturnalia and winter solstice, the history of Christmas, aka Christ Mass. All this is just pagan. These pagan holidays, man. You know, it is what it is. But just educate yourself. You know, there's no excuse. It's 2020. We got so much information out there that you can research yourself and verify. So, all right, family. Till next time, GMOG Media TV signing out. Peace.